Good day, fellas. How we doing? It's a really bad Australian accent. I do apologise. So, because I'm in such a good mood today, I want to sort of explain how, for me, anxiety felt, because it's all well and good talking about it, and it's all well and good, doing all the good stuff that you're meant to do. But if you can't explain how it feels to someone, then it's no good. I don't even know why I bought literally the greenest top on the planet. It's so bright, it's ridiculous. It actually is yellow. It's bright, luminous green. So, for me, how did anxiety feel? Well, it started off kind of confused. So, what do I mean by that? Well, I'd have an issue, and I'd sort the issue out, or get over it, or, oh my god, fire. So yeah, I'd get confused about sort of why, after the fact that I've dealt with something, that I'm still worrying about it, and it really snowballed from there. So for about 2 years, I kind of just stuck my head in the sand and said no. After them 2 years, it got really, really bad, to the point where, I was thinking bad thoughts that would bring harm to myself, which is never a good place to be. So what happened when I felt bad? Well, I'd get headaches. I would lose interest in the female body. I'd have problems sleeping. Like, I'd get 8 hours sleep and be still absolutely knackered. Like, some days I would wake up more tired than when I passed out from being exhausted the previous night, which is ridiculous. But I think it's because, obviously, when you're so tired and everything just sort of is like, obviously your body is tired, so you go to sleep, but up here everything's still working a million mile an hour, even if you are asleep, and it's exhausting. Like, it is genuinely exhausting feeling like that. I used to get sort of really bad pains in the back of my jaw. Now, I wasn't great at dental hygiene, so that's why I've got really mashy up teeth now, but I'm on top of it. So, but like, I would grind my teeth at night just because of the stress, and it really sort of just, I'd wake up and I would be in absolute agony. I'd get sort of chest pains because, not really panic attacks, but it would just be the stress, and that would just sort of build up, and like, it wouldn't just be my chest, it would be all over. I'd get stomach pains, chest pains, headaches, stuff like that, the whole 9 yards. So, that's sort of like the physical stuff. Mentally, when it got really bad, I wouldn't want to do anything. I wouldn't want to sort of look after myself, my personal hygiene. It felt sort of as if, like, the world was going by at a million mile an hour, and you're just sort of stuck in literally like a little Fiat Panda, and you're going like this, just slowly going past, just doing whatever you're doing, and the world is literally going. That's how and it felt, like, whatever I do, I can't catch up. I can't do the things that other people are doing normally. I think another massive thing, and this is specifically for me, this was one of the biggest things, was, say for instance someone said, "Oh, Rich, can we just have a quick chat?" I'd instantly, boom, right, let's play pretend. So let's say, for instance, my manager called me into her office and said, "Rich, can we just have a quick chat?" Instantly, I'd think, what have I done? Am I getting the sack? How am I going to survive? And all the other sort of bad stuff that goes along with being sacked. But it would just be sort of like, just seeing how you're doing, because, I know you've got mental health issues. And, it would just sort of want to catch up, make sure you're doing all right, blah, blah, blah. If you need to chat afterwards, I'd be like, "Oh, actually, it's not too bad." And then the next time, say someone wanted to chat or whatever, it would be, boom, the worst thing again straight away. That's something that you have to sort of deal with yourself. Just go, yes, you know what? It's not always going to be that bad. Like, yeah, okay, sometimes you'll have bad days. But if someone wants to talk, it's not automatically going to be the worst news in the world. Sometimes they might just want to check up on you. You never know until you actually find out. Right. Now, this is the big one. And this is something that really, really sort of affected my mind. So if you're not squeamish, if you're a bit prudish, then maybe just skip. So a massive issue with me was I kind of lost interest in sex, basically. Like I'd be well up for it and stuff, and then it would come to it, and I'd be like, no thanks, which is ridiculous because I'm a bloke, I like boobies, and I like sex. So why I would be, kind of like, I'm in an hour and about it, I'd never know. And when it did actually happen, when I was actually in the mood, like the train would come past the station, but it would never arrive at its destination, if you know what I mean. And for me, that was really a massive sort of thing because to me, I'm like your typical bloke. I say that there's nothing typical about me whatsoever. When you sort of finish, it's that, you lay down with your partner or whatever and you just, enjoy the moment. And for me, it's just, sometimes it never worked. There was just not no enjoyment because I definitely enjoyed it. But obviously, you could sort of be going for like half hour, 40 minutes and just nothing. It got to the point where, I'd be doing everything I can and, like really just sort of going full on bloke mode. And like after say half an hour of just, begging myself for it to actually work, and it would make me feel physically sick. And there was actually a couple of times where afterwards I was physically sick, and that's nothing against anyone, any females or whatever. It's just, it was the fact that one, I was ridiculously hot. Like I get hot so fast. And number two, it's the stress that sort of I put myself under to perform properly. It's never a good place to put yourself into. So yeah, after I started the antidepressants, just didn't work altogether. But yeah, so squeamish part over, I guess. The final thing was, like obviously I'd accepted that I have anxiety and depression. Whatever I tried to do to sort of battle it, it would just beat me back down again. And that's when the big black cloud it feels literally like the weight of the world is on your shoulders and you can't do anything about it. Obviously that's not the case whatsoever. It's all in here. It's just trying to figure a way out of how to navigate that minefield and pull yourself out of that mindset. For me, it was talking. Part of why I've made all these videos really is because, at the end of the day, I still have really bad days. Like I have days where I wake up and I'm just like, man, sometimes I just wish like I didn't feel like this. Like I just wish sometimes I wasn't here. Now I recognize now when, I start to feel like that, I recognize that it's not my fault I feel like this. It's no one's fault. It's just part of what I am, I guess. But it's finding that balance to, doing things can help and doing things that are destructive, that don't help at all but make you feel better at the time. As I've mentioned before, I used to hurt myself with a sharp knife, and it wasn't to die at all. I didn't want to die, but it was to distract myself from, just my brain going literally full pelt, just constantly. That pain sort of took the focus off of that worry and onto the pain. And for me, I'm not advocating this whatsoever. So please do not, literally, It made me feel better at the time, but, and this is a humongous but, after about 10 minutes, I was back to square one again, feeling even worse. And now I've also got the worry of, you know, am I going to get an infected wound because I used a dirty knife or because I used a Stanley blade? Right, look, I'll show you. This is, it's one of the knives that I used way back when. And now it sits in the drawer. And that's the first time I've touched it in about 4 months. Because I've sort of realised when I start to feel like that, I will go out and do something constructive. So if I'm feeling really, really low, if I'm feeling like I want to beat someone up, I'll go to the gym. Or I'll go out on a bike ride. Or I'll do something to get my heart pumping. Because then I can use that as a release, if that makes sense. So, I mean, it makes sense to me, but obviously trying to explain it into words is really hard. It doesn't really explain how anxiety felt for me. It's me rambling on again. But yeah, guys, if you think this video helped, or if you're interested in knowing anything more, then bosh up down below. Like I've always said, love thy neighbour. No, off. Don't be scared to admit when you need help. Why I've got 4 pairs of glasses, I do not know. But yeah, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Please do take care, and I will see you all next time.